Hello everyone, I'm Meteorologist Charlie Ironmonger. Thank you so much for joining me today for your 3 p.m. news and weather update from the First Alert Desk. Now we've got news out of Vance County where a tax collector has been charged with embezzlement. The SBI says it arrested Brianna Anderson yesterday on 3 counts of embezzlement by taxes by officer. Anderson is a tax collection specialist for the Vance County Tax Office. Warrants say the Franklinton woman, who turned 28 years old today, pocketed $8,544.85 since February. The SBI says it began investigating the missing money on November 4th at the request of the Vance County Sheriff's Office. After a first court appearance, Anderson was released on a $105,000 secured bond. Now, we also want to highlight an accidental debris fire that sparked another fire in a local outbuilding. Here's a look at the scene earlier today. And again, this was ruled an accidental fire. It was reported around 11:55 a.m. in the 5400 block of County Home Road in Winterville. Pitt County Deputy Director of Emergency Management James MacArthur said the unattended debris burn pile caught an outbuilding on fire. Now, MacArthur said the fire occurred on a dry and windy day, making conditions especially dangerous for outdoor burning. Officials said the burn pile was located on a separate parcel from the outbuilding, but both parcels are owned by members of the same family. Firefighters from Winterville's Community Fire Department, Winterville Town Fire Department, Ayden Fire Department, and Eastern Pines Fire Department responded and worked together to extinguish the blaze. No injuries or fatalities were reported, and no charges are expected at this time. Emergency officials continue to urge residents to use caution when burning, especially during dry and windy conditions. Of course, that brings us to our weather forecast, and winds today have been centered around 7 to 15 miles per hour. Not so much that you notice that, oh, it's a windy day, but those winds are certainly present, and as you can see, they can certainly carry a spark and create some damage. Here's what we've got outside right now in Grifton. 73-degree air temperature comes with a westerly breeze at 7 miles an hour, and right now, at least over most of your screen, not seeing a cloud in the sky. Can't tell if the thing over on the left-hand side of your screen is a little bit of some dust or maybe some clouds, but regardless, it is looking mostly, if not completely sunny out there. Coming up later on this evening, we will see some cloud cover try to build over eastern North Carolina, but that's going to happen once we get past sunset, most likely later on tonight. Current air temperatures right now reading in the low 70s across inland areas, but as you get closer to the water, you're looking at more of the 60s. 67 degrees in Manio, 66 in Hatteras, 62 in Oriental, as well as Beaufort. Of course, we are going to be seeing a shift in the winds coming up for tomorrow, and that will bring about a cool down from today. Expecting highs to take about a 5 to 6 degree drop from today into tomorrow based on the wind change. Right now, winds coming in out of the west. Later on tonight, those winds are going to be going calm, if not light. You see a breeze, should be, variable 2 to 5 miles an hour. But tomorrow morning, we will start out the day with more of a northeasterly wind flow. And then in the afternoon, those winds are going to be turning more easterly. Regardless, we're going to be getting the air off of the water. And at this time of year, water's still cool. And that is going to lead to, again, air temperatures struggling to get quite as warm as we got today. Again, plan on a little bit more cloud cover in the sky coming up for tomorrow. Mid-60s plan for the afternoon, which is still above our seasonal average. But let's talk about our next opportunity for rain showers. Those are going to be moving in by the time we get into the weekend, possibly even by Friday. But I think the weekend system, it's that one you're seeing over Kansas. That's the one that's going to be, I don't want to say concerning, but it's going to be the one that gives us the opportunity for a few raindrops. Now, that whole system, again, is going to be stretching out as it moves over the eastern half of the country. And with that, we're going to see, again, more, I would say, very sparse rain showers. Not looking, again, at a ton of rain rolling in. As far as rainfall totals, I'm saying about ½ an inch or less for the entirety of the weekend. It's not going to be a soaker of a system, but it will again be off and on light rain showers through both Saturday evening and into Sunday morning. Here's a picture by Friday morning. Again, can't completely count out maybe a stray raindrop or two passing overhead on Friday. But again, not much there. I think most people will actually end up dry on Friday versus wet. But we have included about a 10% chance of rain onto your Friday. 20% chance on Saturday, 40% overnight Saturday night into Sunday morning. And those Sunday morning showers should hang on until we get into, I would say, the late morning, early afternoon hours. And from there, windy conditions will continue to pull cold air into eastern North Carolina. Temperatures will drop by about 15 degrees from Saturday into Sunday. And then again from Sunday into Monday. I know technically Sunday to Monday is a 14-degree drop, but again, we'll ballpark in it. It is going to be a noticeable change in air temperatures. And while this week we've kind of felt like, all right, spring feels like it's right around the corner, not the case next week. We are going to be feeling like January is truly upon us for Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, and Thursday, as air temperatures will stay at or below our seasonal average through the majority of next week. Well, that's all we have time for today's 3 p.m. news and weather update from the First Alert Desk. I do want to apologize. We will be back hopefully tomorrow, if not then next week, with an update again on your Charlie Loves Science segment. Again, we were interrupted by the special report about ICE agents fatally shooting a Minnesota woman as she was driving through ICE detention. Again, we will have more details on that story coming up in our later broadcast. But again, for those of you who are looking forward to maybe learning a little bit more about PFAS and the good news coming out of Rice University, we'll have to wait. Hopefully we'll have that tomorrow. If not, we will talk about it coming up next Wednesday. But for now, that's all we have time for. We'll be back with more news and weather coming up at the top of the hour.